I have ventured over to the Avo area of the Davidoff booth here at the IPCPR 2015 in New Orleans, and we've got a very special guest, a longtime friend of the Cigar Dave show, Avo Uvezian, who has just made his way to the booth. So let's go in and take a look. Avo! How are you, my friend? You look good.
I feel good. I'm so happy to be back here.
You belong here. We missed you last year.
Well, I missed last year, but from now on, I promise you, well, let's take 1 year at a time.
There you go.
But let's look forward for 99. Huh?
Absolutely. You got a big March 22nd. Avo, you share the same birthday with my mother every year, so March 22nd. It's easy to remember.
Yeah.
All right, Avo, let's take over. We've got Scott Colasar, the brand manager for Avo here. So let's take a walk. And Scott, you're going to give us a tour with Avo of all your great new cigars. First, we're going to do the Avo Classic covers.
So this is the Avo Classic covers, Volume 2. This launches in September. 16 cigars in a perfectly round box for the record, and it is spectacular. Nicaraguan tobacco, Ecuador, Mexican, and Dominican, fuller bodied, great smoke, great smoke. So look for this coming out soon.
No, that's limited though, Scott, isn't it?
Very limited, 3,500.
Oh, we'll bring Hanky in. We'll bring Hanky in a second.
Hanky.
You can never keep Avo still. You never know what's going to happen. Here comes Hanky Kellner, who's worked with Avo for the last, how many years? 28 years. Hanky, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Hanky has made Tabacos Dominicanos. Hanky Kellner is the man who's worked with Avo for 28 years on making the Avo brand, the Avo cigars. One of the giants, two giants in the world of cigars right here. Hanky Kellner.
He's the super giant.
I think two super giants here. Two super giants. So this will be limited, the Avo Classic
Very
covers.
limited, yes.
Okay,
Limited.
suggest a retail on this.
$16 a piece. The box would be $256.
And everything, we talk about the theme with music because Avo comes from a music background.
That's correct. That's
Juilliard graduate,
Yeah.
wrote Strangers in the Night,
Of course.
plays the
Good friend of
piano,
Frank
he's got
Sinatra.
CDs.
Yeah.
Exactly, so you keep that theme, and we move over to your theme,
your
which
record,
is
yeah.
Savor Every Note.
Savor Every Note is the tagline for Avo. It encapsulates everything about the brand. And our Avo record player here is jamming, creating a nice ambiance.
So you can hear that?
Right? So it ties also into our limited edition series, the classic covers. So that's available at retail events. Any local retailer that does an Avo event, they have this on for raffle prizes.
I should mention, holiday last year, I get this big box in my office that Scott sent me. I open it up, I'm like, what in the hell is this thing? And it's a vintage record player, but there's a way that you can connect your iPod, your Android, your iPad, and there's actually a built-in humidor in the back.
Yeah, that's right.
It's the coolest thing. I display it in my office, and I love the retro with the album. It reminds me of when I was in college back in actually high school. I graduated in '82, and I remember I got a Technics receiver, and I thought, and a turntable, and I thought I made it.
Yeah,
Doesn't get any better. First thing I set up at college was my stereo.
Cool.
But this is beautiful, and these are available only at events.
At events, yes, and it's a big raffle prize for the week, and we set this up a week or two before, and everybody comes in, they bring their old vinyl, they talk about it, it creates a nice conversation piece in the store and about the brand, and people go nuts for it, so it's been really spectacular.
Scott, we have to move to the brand new Avo Syncro Nicaragua, which I am smoking right now. This is the Mac Daddy. You said you want the small one or the big one? What did I tell you?
You said the big one.
Thank you. I'm an alpha male, 5-star. We don't do anything small.
That's right, that's right. So this is the crown jewel here.
Avo, come on in. This is a great cigar that I know you worked on. So Scott, let's talk about this Avo Syncro Nicaragua.
So Syncro Nicaragua is the new direction for Avo. Everything new that we have will be in the Syncro name, and it's basically a combination of taking two things and bringing them together as one. So we're taking Nicaraguan tobacco and fusing it with Dominican tobacco, and the blend is just spectacular. We box press the cigar. start. The first time we've done that for Avo and out of the factory at all, and it is out of this world.
Hey,
Everyone is
give
going
me
nuts.
one, I want to
Avo
needs
wants one now. Avo, I think you're going to be able to get one.
I think I have one for you.
The one thing I like about Avo is Avo just interjects whenever he wants because he is the legend.
Yeah, he
and this is
knows-
his
he
brand. He
knows
can
what
do
he
whatever he
wants.
wants.
So this is really something special, and people have been going nuts for it. It's going to launch in August, and we'll be supplying. It's not a limited edition. It's a new core line that we will have, and people are really excited.
And I should say, this is the first time I have had the Avo Synchro Nicaragua because when I called Scott, he said, General, I don't even have it yet.
This is it.
That's
This is the
exactly
first
what he
one.
told me. So this is beautiful. A lot of flavor.
All flavor.
Big flavor. This is really with a nice big cab, a nice 20-year-old Scotch or bourbon. Really a lot of flavor, very full-bodied cigar, a lot of richness, a lot of spice, and I love the square press.
Yes,
love it.
It's gorgeous, and it's fun for the brand. It's new, it's innovative, and again, it's Nicaragua tobacco done Avo's way.
That one, I want one of those.
One of
He
the
wants the
bigger
big one,
ones?
too.
All right, we will get you one.
Now, we
will get
cannot
you one.
leave the Avo area of the Davidoff booth until we go to where it all began, the Avo Classic. And on the third show that I hosted, it was Smoke This at the time back in July of 1995. On the third show, I smoked the Avo Classic. I think it was the number 3, the Double Corona.
All right, yeah.
And great cigar, still great today. So let's walk over. And I know Avo, you still love that Avo Classic.
Yeah.
And every time Avo would give me a cigar, he said, Dave, this is the best cigar ever. And I'd say, wait a minute, Avo, you told me last year that it was the best cigar. And what did you tell me? He was BSing me. So let's go over to the Avo Classic. This is where it all began, Avo. Let's talk about your history. So, Avo, tell us how you started with cigars back in Puerto Rico, I believe.
When I was in Puerto Rico, I said I want to make cigar. I go to Dominican Republic. They said, everybody, you want to make good cigar? You go to, instead of the capital, you go to Santiago, and you see Henke Kellner.
Henke Kellner, right here.
Was there. And since then, the whole new universe opened for me with Mr. Henke Kellner making my cigars, working. It was the greatest thing that happened to me with the cigar. And we decided, I said, well, let me try few sizes. Eladio and Henke and I, we sat down. I said, let me try. After I tried 6, 7 different blends, when I came back, we sat down and we all decided on a piece of paper which one you like. I said, from the number 1 to number 12 it was. I liked this number. We compared notes. 3 of us had chosen the same
blend.
number, and that was how the number 2 started.
The Avo Classic. Now, Avo, initially, you sold them when you were playing piano in Puerto Rico.
Yes.
How much did you charge back then for a cigar?
Well, I don't remember. Whatever it was.
It wasn't a lot.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was a lot because everybody went home, sent us some more cigar, and then
He's got a call. You never know who's going to be calling Avo.
that's okay. My son, he can wait.
He can wait. Now, Avo, you sold them by the piano, and then it started to grow. And Hanky, you work with Avo making more and more cigars. And, you know, I find it amazing because way back then when Avo came to you, you didn't know you were going to sell millions of cigars, millions of the Avo brand. You didn't know, but you obviously took a liking to Avo and said, this is a project we want to work on, and the relationship has gone on now for 28 years. And it's grown to a huge level now.
The first year we sell, I will sell only 17,000.
17,000 cigars the first year.
17,000 the first year.
Now, I know it's a lot more. It's in the millions and millions now.
Yes, and now the next year was a little more than 100,000.
So 17,000 to 100,000, it kept growing. And I think, Avo, it's a testament to you. Not only did Hanky make a great cigar, but because you're a great showman and a great ambassador for life's great pleasures and cigars and music and just great friendship, they sold because of you.
That's what it is. Well, if you don't have the basic product the way it is, how can you push it? You have to love it, what you're doing it, and if the item that you love and you push, it's done, you have no problem, you succeed. But to be lucky to meet a person like Hanky and their dedication, it's like it's one family now. I was so happy to see him yesterday because yesterday was my first airplane flight the last 2 years.
2 years.
I could not fly. First time I flew and I came and the first person I see, Hanky and all my friends here, such a pleasure to be here, you know.
Well, I'm glad that you're here. You've got many friends in the industry, many friends out of the industry. Hanky Kellner of Tabacos Dominicanos, the man behind the Davidoff, as well as the Avo, and the legend, Avo Uvezian.
And let's say something. Today, right now, I'm smoking this Avo, first Nicaraguan. Well, I'm glad you remember we started with the classic, and this is another classic. That's gonna be fantastic.
Still the greatest pitchman in the cigar industry, the great Avo Uvezian. Avo, as always, good to see you, my friend.
Nice to see you.
Absolutely. We're going to spend some time together a little bit later. We're going to head over to the Camacho area of the Davidoff booth, talk to Dylan Austin. What a pleasure it has been to be here in the Avo area with Avo Uvezian, Hanky Kellner, Scott Colasaire. I don't want to leave.